All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a Houston Rockets hot take video. Before I get into it, I want to let you guys know the link to the Discord is in the bio. We got, a whole Houston Rockets Discord, a whole just general NBA, other sports, that whole shebang. That's where I ask for, hot takes and just kind of anything for a video. So we got 125 members, something like that. The link's in the bio if you want to join it. Just finished school, so I'll definitely be more active. I've been getting a couple people asking me to be more active in it, so I do apologize. But I'm back. We're going to get this started with a hot take from Gio. Also, if you guys want to continue just throwing in comments or questions for the Houston Rockets mailbag, that's going to just continue, consistently. So I got a couple after I asked for it in the last video, so I appreciate it to those of you who did. First one's from Gio. As good as KJ is, he isn't an all-star type player. He's at least a star player or a bench piece, and that is it. Tricky. I actually was talking about this. This is my second time recording this video. I have a different definition of a star almost. Like, you could view a star and an all-star as the same. But I think just either way, what Gio is trying to get at here is almost like a superstar type player, kind of just like a game changer. And at 20 years old, it's really hard to just evaluate superstar players like that. But, you can look at LaMelo Ball, you can look at Anthony Edwards and the rookie seasons that these guys have had, and you can be like, oh, yeah, I understand that. So KJ just had his best game of his career by far. Just by far. 23 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. He threw in 2 blocks. What I love about KJ Martin, regardless of if he's going to become a superstar or an all-star or whatever it is, this dude can block almost everybody. He has blocked half the league already. He's blocked AD. He's blocked Gobert. He's literally blocked half the league, and he's played in half of the games. So at just, 10, 15 minutes a night, if he even plays, averaging 8 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, and then about a block per game. I think those are some great statistics for your first year where you are literally playing in 20 games max. In the last week, he's been 14 and a half, 17 and a half, and then a block and a half per game. So I think that with more minutes, obviously, you're going to see KJ's talent on display even more. But in the limited run of we've seen KJ play up until, let's say, before this last month where he's been averaging about 25, 30 minutes a night, the whole season he was still providing some help. But I have to agree with you. At 20 years old, it's just tough to even determine this. But like I said, when I look at LaMelo Ball, I'm viewing a superstar right there. KJ's had some great games. Last night wasn't even his only good game. The night before that against the Knicks, he went 13-6 with some defensive stats. Before that against Golden State, he went 16-9. He's had some good games. He's had some great games. But we definitely have to see him in more of a role. And this is kind of why I like the comments for trading away Daniel House, keeping Jayshawn Tate and KJ Martin kind of as our main small forwards for next year. And then we can go and pay some big bucks. So Gio, I appreciate it. Cade kind of rebuttal. He can block anyone in the league and make an open three, which is true. But that's not really it. So Cade, I'm going to throw this in here. I'm going to throw Cade's hot take in here because we were talking about this and a couple of Rockets fans didn't like this in the Discord. We were talking about this in the Discord. There was a whole argument in the Discord earlier this week on Dikembe Mutombo or Joel Embiid. Personally, I don't even think it's close. I literally do not even think it's close. Joel Embiid, to me, is by far the better basketball player. He has so much more potential. He can score the ball. That's a huge plus. So no disrespect to Dikembe, but I just think the path Joel is on is superstar level. He's already there. He might win MVP this year. So Cade said Embiid's a top 10 center of all time, maybe top 5. I think this will definitely happen, though. And I know that is a hot take. So Shade also asked if they can be current, if they can be past. It doesn't really matter. So you could send in any question. It doesn't even have to really be Rockets. But this one, we're going to do Rockets. That was just kind of thrown in there. This one's from Puska. KJ will be better than his father. I'm going to throw in this hand in hand with Demon Noshes. With Noshes, KJ Martin should be in the Rockets rotation next year. I mean, both of these are, obviously, I'm going to hope he's going to be better than his father, right? I think he easily could, especially with given his age. But he should 100% be in this rotation next year. Just 100%. This is a player you should be looking at long term. And that's exactly what Stone had in mind when you go out and you draft this guy. I mean, KJ was one of those players that Houston Rockets fans were really excited about when we got him. Not so much Jayshawn Tate. People didn't really even know who Jayshawn Tate was. People didn't really even know who Kenny Wooten was. But KJ Martin out of the draft, I mean, he turned out to be, obviously there's the hype with the name brand, but KJ Martin should 100% be on this team. I'm really glad they didn't trade him at the deadline. There was a lot of guys I was worried were just going to kind of be thrown in packages around the trade deadline to either, try and get like Ben Simmons or whoever they were trying to get back. But just 100%. Same one from Puska. Yao Ming would have ring without injuries. Man, I don't know enough about Yao Ming, but I would hope so. Yao Ming is an absolute beast. He was the last Houston Rockets first picks in, 2001 or 2000. I think it was 2001. I think that's why a lot of people have so much hope going into this season, because for a lot of my OG Rockets fans, I mean, I was like 2 or 3. They had a horrible season in 2000. I believe it was 2000. Horrible season in 2000, and it's just was kind of a mess before that. And you get Yao Ming with the first pick, and everything changes. Just everything changes. So that's why a lot of Houston Rocket fans, I mean, obviously just the fact that you have the first pick in the draft, or possibly have the first pick, should excite you alone. But I think genuinely, if the Houston Rockets were to actually get that first pick, obviously there's no Yao Ming in this year's draft class. Like, Yao Ming is a generational talent. But I think at the same time, Cade Cunningham provides unique upside. I mean, you have a 6'8" point guard. You have a 6'8" point guard who can shoot the three. It's really a really interesting player. Cade is really interesting. So I hope we get that first pick, because you can have your opinions on Cade being a bust or not. But I think when you really dial it down to like Cade, Suggs, Green, I mean, even Frank, throw him in there, but Mobley as well. Like, I think Cade is the clear-cut, most likely to not be a bust. So, with Yao Ming, I don't really know if he should have had a ring without the injuries, but I mean, I hope, man. Yao Ming is a absolute beast. So, that's all we got for today. A lot of these hot takes you guys gave me are different, just NBA hot take. So maybe for the next video we'll do that. If you guys want to leave in the comments below an NBA hot take or a Rockets hot take, and I'll throw it in for the next video. But hit that like button and hit that sub button.